Hello, guys. Today I'm interviewing Ryan Whelan. He's making his
All right.
debut this weekend at the 10th of September at Villa Park. And you're scheduled to fight Seamus Deville, are you?
Seamus Devlin, yeah, as far as I've been made aware. So, yeah, that's who I'm scheduled to fight.
Apparently, he's the most active journeyman on the circuit at the minute.
Yeah, I have read a little bit up about that. And you know what? Full credit to the lad. If that's what he's doing. He seems to be good at what he's doing. I know he hasn't been stopped at all. So, it should be a good test.
Yeah. So is it 4 rounds for your debut, mate?
I believe so, yeah. 4 3-minute rounds.
Yes. How are you doing with ticket sales? Are you doing okay with tickets?
Yeah, I'm going pretty decent. I've had a good crowd get behind me so far, so it hasn't been too bad. It was always the worrying thing coming from the amateurs. I wasn't always the biggest ticket seller, so making that transition from the amateurs to the pros and then trying to sell tickets on top. But it's been good. I've had great support come out, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Is there like a way I can watch it because I can't make it to the fight?
No, I am trying to find out a way because I've had a couple of people who, like yourself, they can't make it because of prior plans or whatnot. So as soon as I make.
Yeah. Your cousin's a pro boxer, isn't he?
He is, yes. Paul Holt is my cousin.
Paul Holt, yes. Are you watching his big fight against Barney Smith soon?
I aim to, yeah, of course. Try and watch my cousin as much as possible. If not in the arena itself, then definitely on the TV because I know it's being shown on BT.
Yeah. Do you think he can get the win?
I'm hoping so. It's a tough test, as everyone guesses, to be honest. You don't go to these shows, especially Vancouver, and fight someone like Royston without it being tough. But Paul's more than capable of doing it. It's just you got to listen to the corner and stick to what he can do best.
Yeah, because in his last fight, he fought this like on a BCB show, and he fought Liam Edmonds, who was a debutant, and Paul boxed his head off, and he didn't even get the nod. It's unfair.
Of course, and sometimes that comes with the territory of the boxing. It happens all over the circuit from the amateur side, other than make sure we secure that win as best as we can.
Am I going to expect you to go in? Why did Paul go in the away corner though?
But to be honest, I couldn't tell you. I think it's that pressure of selling tickets. Paul used to be a home fighter for a long time, but it does get hard selling tickets, and it's easier to get in the away corner. You don't have that added pressure.
Sell tickets, and you can still
exactly. You've already got to remember, like. Go ahead, lad.
Yeah. He always goes for the win, though. He's not a journeyman. He's a good fighter.
100%. No. He is. Paul's got a lot of pride, and that's why every fight you're in, you see him go for the victory, regardless.
Yeah.
And you got to appreciate that.
Yeah, you've got to appreciate these journeymen. Do you know what time you'll roughly fight?
I think it being my professional debut, I reckon I'll be 8 p.m., which is or just after, which is when the boxing's scheduled to start.
how many fights are on the show?
Your guess is as good as mine, to be honest. I've just been trying to focus on myself, get my training in, get my runs in, watch my weight. I believe there's a fair few though. You're probably looking 4, 5, maybe 6 fights, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
What weight are you fighting at?
Super middleweight.
Super middle.
That is correct, yeah.
So you're a few weights above Paul.
Yeah, I'm a lot taller than Paul as well.
Yeah. Because Paul's, I think he's super feather.
He is.
That's
about
5, 6 weights above, what is it?
Probably. Yeah. I've always been the bigger one throughout the family, the more chubbier, fatter one. So I've always been heavier growing up, even from the amateur circuit.
Have you ever sparred? Do you train in his gym?
Yeah, me and Paul train together. We've trained together since we've been kids. You know, we used to, in the amateurs, have a little spar around and that. I was training with Paul for a lot of his Midlands title fight, which he won against Louis Fielding.
Oh yeah.
So, and we still regularly train together now.
Body shot.
Yeah.
It was a good fight, that.
He did, yeah. It was a good fight, but yeah, on the build up to that fight, me and Paul were in the gym training together, doing rounds together, because my style of fighting worked in terms of it was somewhat similar to the opponent he was facing. He was facing a taller, rangier fighter, so I could mimic that best for Paul.
Yeah. So wait, so are you signed to is it a Tommy Owens show, is it?
Tommy Owens, yeah. I'm managed by John Pegg.
John Pegg.
So,
yeah.
Yes.
So not the same management as Paul, a different promoter.
No. Different.
Yeah, because I think John Pegg's got Sam Egginton, doesn't he work with as well?
Yeah, that is correct. He's got a good little stable behind him, you know, just to name a few: Sam Egginton, Shakan Pitters, Casey Benjamin.
Did you watch Pitters via Z's?
I did watch that fight, yes.
Do you agree with the decision?
It was it was like I've been saying, it was neither man done enough to fully take control, but the bits that Dan Aziz was doing, he was pushing the pace, he was getting inside. No one really landed the cleaner shots, and that's the problem sometimes. And when you're a champion, the challenger has to really rip it away from the champion, you know.
Yeah, but I'm sure Shakan will come again.
Oh, definitely. Very good lad. And, you know, they train hard, and he's been British champion before, so he's definitely shown he's at that level.
Yeah, he will still be around that level, and you never know.
100%.
There might be a rematch, or you never know. Dan might vacate it to
the possibility and go further, exactly.
Yeah, or Dan could go for like a European or something like that.
You start to look at it now. He's had his 2 fights for the British. He might win the next one and try to win it outright, and then move on to say a European level.
Yeah, because that's where what level he kind of is at.
Yeah.
But yeah. How's training been? Has it been good?
Training's been good. Yeah, it's been good. You know, last couple of days now, it's been a good training up leading up to this.
Who's your trainer? Who's your trainer?
So I split between the 2 gyms. So because of my working shifts and whatnot, I go wherever's most convenient at the time. So sometimes I'm training over at say Eastside Gym with John Pegg and Sagi Kunan and them lads over there. But say if I can't make that gym, then I train at Nechel's. Trainers at Nechel.
Oh, but what's like the gym you also so you train with John Pegg?
I train, yeah. I train at 2 gyms just because of my working hours and whatnot. They always know I can't fully commit to one or the other. And they both work. They both give me different insights. But on fight night, I believe it's the East Side team that will be taking me into the fight.
How many more after this one? So you're going to try and get your debut out the way. Would you try maybe to push for one before the end of the year? One more after your debut?
Yes, definitely.
To go to in
yeah, definitely. That's trying to be the plan. Maybe get out end of October, November time. Yeah, I would probably look at getting out, but yeah, as I keep saying, I'm going to take it one step at a time. You know, find fun of a day. Someone that clearly knows what he's doing. Yeah, he may have had a journeyman record, but he's clearly aware of what he's doing. He knows how to do it, so I can't take him for granted. I just got to do what I've got to do, and I know it'll be more than enough.
Yeah. What's like your dream in the sport? Do you think you can become world champion?
That's the dream, like you just said. But taking each step as it comes. If Midlands at a minimum, because as I said, all won Midlands. My uncle, he also won Midlands. So it's something that's kind of a legacy at the moment. And then if I can also win a Midlands, it will be very good. For anything further, that's just as much, to win, say, a British or a European.
Or an English title.
Or an English even, exactly. But we get this fight out of the way, then we push on for the next fight, and then the fight after that, and the fight after that, until say we get to Midlands area, hopefully win that, and then we push on further from there. We keep changing and adapting our goals. We're taking it one step at a time for now.
What fighters do you like watching? Do you watch boxing when you're not fighting?
Yeah, quite regularly. So my favourite fighter of the current era is obviously, like most people, Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
Just magnificent, fights anyone. Yeah, he got defeated by Bivol, but look at the people he beat before that. It's
yeah. And do you think
no easy feat? I just think his style is amazing. His ability to adapt.
Do you think he'll beat Triple G?
Come again, sorry.
Do you think
I do think he'll beat Triple G. I think he wins more decisively this time. Go on.
So do you think he'll stop him?
See, I don't think he'll stop him. I think that Golovkin and Canelo bring out the best of each other. And, I know a lot of people in Golovkin's last fight was saying that he's washed up, he's this and he's that. But, I still think he's got a chin, and Canelo can throw his best shots. Golovkin will take them, and vice versa.
Yeah. What about the fight Marshall v Shields? If after your fight, would you go home and watch that fight?
Interesting. Food. Maybe buy a pizza and watch that fight. But I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. It's an interesting fight. I don't think other than the Taylor versus Serrano fight, there's not really been a women's fight as big as this.
Yeah. So who are you backing for the win? Will you back Marshall or Shields?
So I want Marshall to win. Definitely want Savannah to win. Who I think is going to win, that's a tricky one. It's hard to say, and I know, the people are saying, oh, Savannah beat her 10 years ago. But that was 10 years ago. They're two completely different fighters now. Well, I'll be back in Marshall.
Yeah, let's hope so as well.
Let's see.
After your big win, mate, after your big win, I said after your big win, I'll be tuning into Marshall as well. But I'll probably be having, I don't know, like a can of Coke as celebrating your big win.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah. And then
I'll be treating.
Yeah. How did you get into boxing?
Yourself. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, as far as I've been saying, it's been a family thing. Paul being my cousin, my uncle, Mark Hope. But prior to them, there was my granddad and my granddad's brother. They obviously started boxing from a young age. They set up the gym, Shaw's Amateur Boxing Club. And kind of just gone through the family. As I said, Mark boxed, my other uncle boxed, various members of the family have boxed. But when I wasn't really into boxing when I first started, when I was born and that, you know, leading up to about the age of 10, I was just enjoying myself, probably playing football more than anything. And then just before going into secondary school, my granddad took me down to the gym, and I just fell in love with sport from there, and haven't looked back. You know, turned to amateur around that time.
Yeah.
I had vast amateur experience with over 50 amateur fights, and yeah, pretty much since 10, 11 years old, this has been part of my life, a big part.
Yeah. And like for everyone watching this, do you want to shout out like anyone who's helped you to so far?
Yeah, you know, the entire Neutrals team and the members from Neutrals Amateur Boxing Club, same for the Eastside Boxing Club and the coaches, you know, they've helped me massively improving parts of my game, getting my fitness up, all of that. Also to shout out, you know, on Instagram, Hungry Boxing School, and he's really shown a lot of support, helped me with, you know, publicizing about the fight and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah. Good luck for this weekend, mate. Let me know if like you can send me a link or something.
I would definitely. If I find of a link, I'll let you know. Cheers.
Thank you, mate. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.